Hold it, gamers. I know you want to watch EndWalker, but I'm here to tell you there's about to be major spoilers. You're in the main heart of this expansion. So be warned, if you haven't caught up with the videos or you haven't played EndWalker for yourself, go do it, or I will never stop being angry. But if you are caught up, please enjoy the video.
Except for him.
No job too small.
Why can't I click on him? There we go.
Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service?
Pinky doo doo papa DB.
You've already done more than enough. If I had to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about elegant technology. You there, the lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than your average scholar. If only Master Coco knew how right he was. While he and Graha establish a rapper, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Pass. And if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. You a bunch of helpful buggers. If you've a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busying themselves prepping for the Exodus. Ha! That lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go.
Big.
There's one to the west, not far. It's super close, apparently. But is it close enough?
I'm coming, Alice. Don't worry about it. From what I can tell, a lot of the people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholar Montashane? I think that's how you say it. Mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Is that possible in Charlian?
Let's meet by the Aetherite once our work is done.
Aren't these guys like kind of like workaholics? Boy, a quest. Let me go get it real quick. Offering to help, that's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly lists of the things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose as our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person, after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous looming giants. Why, I would much prefer something small and fluffy, like the beheaded rabbit that ran by. Who wants
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, I was about to say, who wants to tell him? Ah, over there. Eh.
Helping with the Ark, even with all the power Master Coco's managed to squeeze out of the Aether Burner, it's still not enough, apparently. And now I hear the final days have arrived. Full of creatures running rampant all over. We may begun the Exodus sooner. People are dying and there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan, and all will be well.
I just threw roast beef everywhere.
Why'd you do that?
Because there's a meat in here that just kind of slung itself toward.
Oh, hello. Are you one of the new helpers? working on the ether burner. Oh dear. I hear things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I choose that over my current duties, checking and loading samples day in, day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, don't be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. The forum's got enough on their plate as is, but with deciding who gets to board the Ark and when, a lot of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Fortuno and the others. Hardly gets a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time for sleep?
Oh, Aetherite.
Oh yeah.
Where was that other one that you found?
Oh, it was
Person?
in the road.
Yeah, the person.
It was in the road to the
Like
south.
right down that road that I'm facing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you found him before I found the guy in the gardens, and it was like, uh-oh. Search for the beheaded rabbit. Oh no. Yep, it's her.
I am actually like getting nervous how behind I am on my roll quest.
Fancy meeting you here, Warrior of Light. Our friends in the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is Aetheris itself, though we now find ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare and they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around. Or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Orianche and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? We don't really have time, but, you know...
Wise guy. A tour of Labyrinthos. An unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial
It's raining.
and Bestway's burrow, it would be in our best interest to have the lovers acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal by their Sharpian collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture?
What a marvelous idea! Might we begin with that great big what's-it over yonder?
Ah, yes, the what's it. I shall leave the explanation to the warrior flight.
No.
God damn it. The what's it, Steve?
Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features.
Its
Oh,
most
shit.
important features.
Uh,
It's big as fuck, and if it falls, you die.
Observe the mushroom-like thing? Fucking...
This
uh,
fucking thing.
This is a metallic
here?
tube. Is that water I hear from inside that great big tube? It must be because of those cogs and that gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw up the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it, too. It's tanks. It's a little hard to see from here, but is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. Ah, this must be for purifying water drawn up from below. Mushroom-like thing? What?
Thanks.
Oh, I see it. Oh, it's the ambystoma! An especially lively one at that. It would appear that the concept you observed in another time, another place, is approved for life in the wider world. somehow. I just saw Bwee! Mushroom-like thing. That looks like the trees in Greatest Hinsvale. Hold on, that's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced, too. Now it makes sense. That's where they store the water.
I never found the mushroom thing, so now I'm on another cutscene.
It's the big water tower to the right.
Oh. I was looking for a creature, so I kept clicking everything.
I just saw Bwee and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! A design brilliant in its simplicity. I dare say it would take only a moment to install even the harshest of environments. For us Loperates, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that peoples of Aetheris sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Areas near waterfalls are common sites for villages in Garabania. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry you won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we'd anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order, once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place.
Master Alfred spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logicston Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loperates will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel.
Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid!
We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlian Hamlet. I shall lead the way.
You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us.
Regrettably, to many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth, Loperates may appear to be potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance.
Oh no!
Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing a safe passage to Logiston Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy camp. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed.
Growling bear gets growing way.
If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way, to the water extraction, what's it? No, wait, they're gone. Oh, is there one over that way? No, it's the opposite way, but we're not going that way yet. You're doing a little spin on your chocobo? You dumbass rabbits! Bully! Bully! Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction wasset is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burned to a crisp if it's all the same to you. I don't think you're in danger of that. No, the Blake West is in the way. No, don't hurt him!
Don't dare touch him!
He's so small and fragile, leave him alone!
Are you okay, buddy? Here's a fruit for you. A fruit.
Wow, okay. And he's gone. I'm assuming we're gonna be going back to the hamlet, so let's just keep going.
Watch it!
My friends, I bid you welcome to Logic Star, Logic Skycon, Alpha. I'm already dehydrated. What the fuck? Our destination doth lie at the lift's top. Right, follow me.
I don't think you're dehydrated. I think that would be a problem if you dehydrated every moment. But you are thirsty. Thorsty Bunny. You will need to use this lift should you wish to go to the medial circuit. Let me know if you are headed that way. Marvelous! Simply marvelous! So this is where the magic, or science rather, takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Yeah. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're all very lucky that Atheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous, and I cannot wait to see more of it. I get pants.
Literally
Okay. Agriculture shock. I can't believe it. This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food?
Where's the fight?
I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found in Miriam, Argo, Agronomics. As I imagine Singway and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus, wouldst thou be so kind to us as to escort our visiting culinary?
Yes, this sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Urianger was telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if a bit too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself. Not to mention Atheris will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there's still time. Let us brook no further delay. I hate these dumbass rabbits. Would anybody like an Uber? No?
Yeah.
The place, yes. The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. Your grapes look like shit, though. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crops without permission are often caught and put into pies. What? Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples? Come on, Bonnie. Do that cute little run. You frolic.
What a fine mess this is.
I need a couple samples of food.
It's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. I'm not the only one. We've got to find ways to do what we do down here, up there. First on the moon, then on whichever star the form decides will become our new home. It's also sudden, so real.
Don't you want to go to the moon?
Oh, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. But no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive their new environment, so many species are doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what you came to talk about, is it?
Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if we may.
By all means, help yourselves.
Much appreciated, my good fellow. So where to begin? Would you like some wine?
Okay, grapes.
Grape. No, not the grapes. Wow, these grapes suck. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes. They're less polygonal now for some reason. Let's see if they are as delicious as they look. Nah, it doesn't have enough points in it. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what is your opinion of grapes? I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice bunch. I don't like the...
Yeah. Give me grapes. I like grapes.
Moorish, oh my god.
I'll say the first one, I guess, because I do like grapes.
I did too. I like grapes.
Gotta get a good bunch of grapes and it's addicting. I can't stop.
Yes, they are rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, as I recall. And anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Cooking Way tries to make wine, stepping on it, falls out of the bucket. Orange by name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. I love oranges.
OJ pretty good.
Yes, that's... Equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Ariane about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it.
I don't know if you want to do that.
Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. This is all very complicated, you know? So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turn your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are in my estimation, let no one say I said otherwise. Ah, but speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in that field over there. Run, rabbit! He just gets faster.
You can't eat a whole pumpkin Cooking Way.
That color, that texture. Are they some sort of enormous round carrots? No? In any case, proper... what?
Nomenclature.
Nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Blah! It's so hard and flavorless. I may as well be chewing a piece of wood. That all but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly carrots. Stop! Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it an awful bother? Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. And above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember.
Bro, I want pumpkin pie right now.
Then perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder though, if there's anything even more delicious, how about that yellow fruit over yonder? Is it lemons? It's lemons.
Oh, I bet it is, yeah.
Fruits, lemons. Oh boy,
Oh, no.
cooking away.
Hell yeah. Oh god, so sad!
What a wondrous fragrance! With luck, it'll have a flavor to match. As I've no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite in. No!
Oh god!
Uh-oh.
My tongue! Is this poison?
It's a lemon. It's extremely sour. You're stupid.
A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? How can
Yes.
something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Actually, I don't mind eating raw lemons. You just
Lemons
You're
are
shit.
so-
fucking crazy.
I don't
Lemons
actually
are so
I
good.
don't actually eat the skin. I just bite into it and suck on it.
Citrus is so good!
It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I had best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others.
Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking.
I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges, less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way that are not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon, the deceiver. I still feel so violated.
First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave with such a bad taste in your mouth, in more ways than one. So, I'll give you this lemon muffin I made. If this doesn't change your mind, or change your opinion, nothing will.
Lemon poppy seeds, my favorite. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spurn this opportunity to... Ooh, this bit of sick came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin. Do your worst. What the fuck was that noise?
Probably just shoved the whole damn thing in their mouth.
This is delicious! Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chat, this is simply breathtaking.
See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us, not have to form agonized over what is worth preserving. Will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but we make hard choices, but we make them. We must, if we are to survive.
Such strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loporits, we were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection, and therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. 'Tis the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect, to be content with what we have and make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins.
Pardon my Eorzean, but what in the seven hells are you on about? And who are you anyway?
Cooking Way at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there will be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Aetheris' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge.
Yes, of course. I look forward to it.
Well, this has all been highly productive, probably. Let's go and see if Orion J and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we?
Bye.
That was actually very.
That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine?
Limsa Laminsa is home to the Culinarians Guild and many less than savory establishments.
I'm gonna say...
Or the Far East has oodles of noodles.
I'm saying Far East.
I'll say Limsa.
Would that I had time to visit. Oh, the more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Heidelin's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way.
There is! Let's go to space and kill a dumb bitch.
Warrior of Light. I trust thy time at Aeronomics did bear fruit.
Shut the fuck up!
Our own efforts too were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them, us, for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. That kind of hurt me. Anyway, let us return to Charlie and Hammond forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every labyrinth there. Should further questions within my power to answer arise.
If you ever make a fruit joke again, I swear to God, I'm leaving you here. Aww.
Because I'm lazy and I have the damn thing, so shut up!
Yes, Warrior of Light, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional thanks. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetheris at Logisticon Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like this?
I'll say the Black Shroud. The Black Shroud is quite leafy indeed, and a place of utmost tranquility.
They're verdant, at least. The trees of Dravania stand particularly proud. Gasp! Gasp, I say! With a star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little.
Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their unique.
I thought I heard tiny voices. Oh.
Thy grit. How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite the news of the coming end. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death, and we can hardly tell them that there is no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though hated by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten them.
Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think me so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge.
Nevertheless, I believe in thee.
If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try.
I passed someone mopping, or moping, my mistake, moping. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him. It is as good as a place as any. Come.
Oh, my legion of furry rabbit people! Oh, stare troubled. What's wrong? Everything. The world's imploding. It's not. It's just rotting. Imploding.
Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me. Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us of thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, that it's the sum of decades of Charlatan ingenuity, that it's built with peerless elegant technology, is all true, but I know, none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a star-faring vessel, let alone flown it in the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us, what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Aether Burner's design was flawless too. Look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, but, well... Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about?
Our ability to walk about to perform our tasks, for one. I devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate in the environment. But what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star?
Aha! Gravitation! Maybe I can be of help after all! Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places...
I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. If Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from insights born of the eye experience. Might I prevail upon the all operates to attend them?
An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is naught we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Atheris, and learn more about them while we're at it.
Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Warrior of light, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray, seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce to each a suitable operate.
You got it, fam. Oh, I do so look forward to that. A place for every loperate, and every loperate in their place.
Behold, warrior of light, through thine efforts word hath spread throughout Labyrinthos. Verily, to a far greater number than we anticipated. Living Way doth gather more loperats as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine attentions, watch over them, I pray.
Motherfuck! Fucking right fucking in front of me as I'm trying to fucking click the goddamn. It is definitely voiced.
Phew! Oh, finally some rest. Why, I haven't spoken so much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that, were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
Oh, I love Urianger.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Charlian's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time.
Oh,
Tis-
shit.
'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Alfei, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing.
Oops.
And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
1. I have cried once in this expansion now.
That almost got me crying. Wait, what do her parents say?
Oh, shit. No. Be assured that I am fine. I am. Full glad to see them too. Just so very long. Gladder still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced